Tonight is day 93. What I have for you today, a quote, it goes like this. It says, "Anyone with a plan B is not totally committed to plan A. Stop planning to fail. Kill plan B or it'll kill you." Look, I know that doesn't totally preach when it comes to every circumstance and every scenario. I totally understand there are times where you have to have contingencies and you got to think about, hey, if this happens, then I'm going to do this. I get that. But the overarching message of where my mind's at and where my heart's at today is like, don't be lukewarm when it comes to the things that matter most to you. I think that part is very important to the way that we shape our resiliency and our passions and our grittiness and our perseverance and all of those synonyms when it comes to, like, if you know what you want to do and you know it's rooted in faith, be resilient and don't let a hard day or a hard season knock you off track, and then you'll look back a couple years later and say, man, I lost my true north somewhere along the way, and now I'm sad and defeated, and now it's hard to get back to where I was. It's like, don't allow yourself, like, don't give an inch to that or it'll turn into a mile. Like it says in the Bible, like, don't give Satan a foothold. So again, like, I understand you have to have contingencies around some things, but like, especially, okay, we'll talk about our faith first here. Like, when it comes to your faith, and Max Lucado, definitely a pretty famous Christian mentor of many, he says, like, stop it with the lukewarm nature of Christianity. That, you know, it can be easy, and I've probably been in seasons of my life where, like, you believe in God and you like the idea, but, like, you know, you can kind of get in the habit of, even if you're not trying to, treating God more of like a good luck charm to just hope things are going well in your life, or kind of treating God as like an insurance policy, like salvation as an insurance policy, or like a just in case type thing. But like your actions and your passions and the way you're treating people and what you're doing on a daily basis, like, actually doesn't match at all what you're saying is important to you. Like, the plan A is, oh, in a perfect world, I'll treat people well and do the right thing and follow the Bible and have a family, and you kind of lukewarm, kind of have these broad things that you want to do, but you're really not passionate about making things happen. So then you just kind of give yourself an out, and then you settle for less. Plan B, C, D, all that comes along. And again, I believe that a lot of people do that, and I've had the tendency in the past, prior years, to like head in these different directions because I'm a human and we wander off path. And you just have had to look myself in the mirror in prior seasons and be like, we're not doing that anymore. Like, I am done being lukewarm. My words will match my actions. Like, this all ties together to pretty much every video that I do, but like, being a man of principle. And I think just having a really solid plan A that you are convicted and passionate about. Again, it has to be rooted in the right thing. It has to be rooted in faith. But because, again, all this stuff is important when it comes to the faith aspect that we talked about. Like, don't treat God as an insurance policy where you don't really make it a priority. It's just kind of a thing in your life. Make it the center of your life. Make it your entire plan A, and only have that plan A and have those convictions, and your life will look a lot different because you'll be actually having eyes to see and ears to hear Jesus, and it'll be the center of who you are. And you'll know that you're only able to be who you are because of the love that God has poured into you and because who He's created you to be. So that plays when it comes to faith. But also, let's talk about just like the physical things that we do in our life. Like, I'm not suggesting, like, you know, if you have some pipe dream of a career and, you know, you're absolutely going broke and you're trying to make something work and years are going by, you know, I'm not suggesting like sell out for every little inclination you have, but I think there are things that we like in all of our lives, it might be a little bit different, but like we all have things that we probably know either we're gravitating towards or we know we need to be focusing on this. like, again, for a lot of us, it's like, I know I need to lose weight or get strong or eat healthy or be able to get down on the floor and take care of my kids or be able to throw in the yard with my kids, or maybe you have a more like serious physical goal to, like, hey, I'm an athlete and I'm trying to run a certain mile time, or I'm trying to hit a ball farther, like whatever you're doing. I think if we just truly sell out for the plan A, we'll be able to accomplish a lot more than just making that thing a kind of a part of a lot of different plans and then just seeing what sticks. Like, if only I could have been, like, from in my days where I played all these different sports, truly been the same person Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, repeat, with my eating, with lifting, with your other habits of taking care of your body. And it could be other, and that's just not just with like lifting and eating, but like even just with your simple patterns. Like, are you waking up early to give yourself enough time in the morning? Are you being disciplined going to bed so you make sure you can get enough sleep? Are you drinking enough water? Are you taking care of your mental health throughout the day? Like, those things need to be a priority before life just starts living you and you feel like you can't get it back. So that's what I'm saying today, is like, anyone with a plan B, maybe you're just not committed to plan A. And be perseverant. If you're unashamed of the gospel and you believe in God and you know what you're doing is rooted in good intention with faith, I think that we can accomplish a lot in this life because we know who we are, we know whose we are. I always say that, but I think it can take us a long way in this life. So the scripture today comes from the book of Philippians chapter 1, verses 20 and 21, and it says, I eagerly expect and hope that I will in no way be ashamed, but will have sufficient courage, so that now, as always, Christ will be exalted in my body, whether by life or by death. For to me to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Like, that is Paul selling out for his faith. That is him saying, like, I am not ashamed of the gospel. I will have sufficient courage, so that now as always Christ will be exalted. And whether that's me in this moment in good times, whether that's me tomorrow when a storm hits or someone's pressing me or persecuting me for my faith, whether that's me being healthy down the road, whether that's me dying down the road, like in this body or by death. For me to live is Christ and to die is gain. And the Application Study Bible says, to those who don't, the additional context, it says, to those who don't believe in God, life on earth is all there is, so it's natural for them to strive for this world's values, like money, popularity, pleasure, prestige. But for Paul, however, to live meant to develop eternal values and to tell others about Christ, who alone could help them see life from an eternal perspective. Paul's whole purpose in life was to speak out boldly for Christ and to become more like him. Thus, Paul could confidently say that dying would be even better than living, because in death he would be removed from worldly troubles and he would see Christ face to face. And again, like, don't get it twisted. The spiritual aspect and spiritual training and having a relationship to God and being a light and a vessel to teach others about God and to evangelize, like, those things are the most important in our life. So take care of that as a priority and make that your plan A. But and also, I think that we can achieve a lot in this life by taking care of our temple, by being a strong, steady voice for others, to be a leader for our family and for those around us, and to be just a positive presence, someone that does not ride too high or ride too low of human emotion, because we are just so trigger locked on our plan A of taking care of our mind, our body, and our spirit. You're going to be healthier, you're going to have more longevity, you're going to be happier. Not to say that things aren't going to happen, trials are going to come, but if you just have that plan A of knowing who you are, knowing whose you are, and you have consistent habits, you can do anything, man. And that's day 93.